Welcome to the class, dear students. We have already studied briefly about the essay, A Dissertation upon Roast Pig. We have briefly discussed the very outline of the essay, and in this class let us discuss in brief the various other elements that are prominent in this essay. As usual, we know Charles Lamb's essays are autobiographical, and two characteristic features that he employs are humor and pathos. As usual, this essay, A Dissertation upon Roast Pig, is an autobiographical one. It reveals Lamb's Epicurean taste for roast pig, his love for the taste of food, and at the same time this essay is noted for his frank expression of his personality, that he loves the delicious taste of roast pig. And we'll come to know that he is ready to share with his friend all the delicacies of food items, in order to get an opinion of the taste, but he is not ready to share with his friend roast pig. As we know, no other writer is more egotistical than Lamb. Be whatever the subject, whatever the incident, he relates incidents of his life. He brings in one such incident that is narrated here in this essay is plum cake incident. That plum cake was given to him by his aunt to be tasted, but unfortunately he gives out to a beggar. And in this incident he is very outspoken when he evaluates the incident that happened long ago. He is outspoken. He thinks his act of giving the cake to the beggar impertinent spirit of almsgiving and out of place hypocrisy of goodness. He thinks himself foolish to have done so because he lost the taste of the cake. Means it essentially shows that how much love he has for food. And as far as element of humor and pathos is concerned, A Dissertation upon Roast Pig is extremely humorous essay, full of sheer absurdities are employed in the story, and these absurdities evoke fun. These absurd incidents create an atmosphere of fun and humor at the same time. Lamb employs some kind of mock seriousness to evoke this effect of humor. For example, when Bobo is discovered eating the roast pig by Hoti, his father, and he is beaten heavily by his father, what happens is Bobo seizes a fresh pig. He doesn't care for the beatings of his father, rather he cares for the taste, and he takes one more fresh pig and tears it into two parts and very funny, it's very funnily that he throws the lesser half into the hands of his father Hoti. Means in that incident also he is taken in by the taste of the roast pig so much that he, when he tears out, he gives the smaller part to his father, the bigger he himself tastes once again. And this is one instance to show how humorously he employs the incident. And sometimes it is mixture of fun and wit in his comparison in this essay. For example, Lamb compares a genius. He says the sage who invented a less expensive way of roasting pigs than that necessitated the burning down of a house. That sage or genius is compared to our Locke, John Locke, the English philosopher. Means in this way he brings mixture of a very awkward comparison which evokes fun, which is witty, and it can be presumed that he has employed such largely sane and healthy humor because he wanted to overcome melancholy that was forced upon his life, melancholy that he experienced because of the tragic incidents in his life, all the time experiencing poverty, her elder sister suffering from mental fits and other incidents. This is how element of humor is brought out very excellently in this essay. As far as pathos is concerned, very less pathos is employed in this essay, since it is an extremely humorous essay. Lamb readily employs more humor and less pathos. And only one incident that evokes some sympathy, some pity to the boy who loses plum cake. This is the only incident, the plum cake incident, which wins our sympathy over the loss of the cake by the boy, given to him to be tasted by his aunt. While going to the school, he gives it to a beggar. And at the same time, Lamb shows his concern for the death of pig by whipping. He doesn't tolerate. It's very inhuman or very violent act to put the pig to death by whipping it. But ironically, it reveals his Epicurean taste for the roast pig. And when there is time to decide over, he brings in one incident of Saint Omer's to decide over the lawfulness of whipping the pig to death. He does not decide anything. He doesn't disclose his opinion, or he says he has forgotten what decision was made out of the discussion at school. Perhaps we may see that he means to say that the ancestors were right in cooking the food, in having the taste of food. And as far as Lamb's style is concerned, we can say similar things. Lamb's prose style is characterized by the employment of humor and little pathos here. Be it whatever the subject, he is egotistical still. He brings in the incidents related to his life. Hence, we can say his style is autobiographical. And whether plum case incident is a kind of digression or some kind of inventiveness, it's very difficult to decide over. No doubt he invents some details to give some credibility to the subject of his essay. For example, that we discussed earlier, the illustration of Saint Omer's at Saint Omer's of lawfulness of whipping the pig to death. He does not disclose his opinion, but rather ironically he reveals his love for Epicurean taste. And as far as his style is concerned, we can say his style is comparable to none. As we run short to describe Shakespeare's style and use his own epithet Shakespearean, we can say his style is lambish, comparable to none. He stands alone as a champion. And at the same time, we come to know in this essay that he is fond of using Latinized words. He coins one word, extra domiciliate, to mean to send out of the house. Extra domiciliate, the word is formed using two Latin terms. Extra means outside and domicilium means a dwelling place, a dwelling house. In this way, he is fond of using some Latinized terms. In this way, Lamb's prose style can be discussed, that it is essentially characterized by humor and pathos, and the style is egotistical, brings in the autobiographical elements much. Thank you, dear students. I hope you understood a brief discussion on this essay.